Hello, everyone. This particular topic today is actually really appropriate because I had a conversation with one of my good friends about this yesterday and today. So, today's topic is on not letting people who use you jade you from helping other people, right? So we've all been there before, right? You have a friend, a colleague, insert person in your life that you go out of your way to help. You go out of your way to help. You go out of your way to help. And then when it comes time for them to help you, they're not there. Whenever you need help, they're not there. And obviously, this is like a really annoying feeling. And a few months back, I did a video about giving money or loaning money. Loaning money is the key, right? So in the loaning money, there was a point in my life where I had loaned out tens of thousands of dollars to friends all around me. And I ended up in a really tight financial bind. This would have been around 2014. And I was doing really bad as far as my money was concerned. And I ended up like, hey, I need that money I loaned you guys back. And bear in mind, I had already been foregoing collecting on that money. They were supposed to have paid me back many, many months, sometimes years prior, right? And everyone that I asked for my money back from, because I did loan them money, it was really clear that it was a loan and not a gift. Well, they didn't have it. And I was pretty hurt, pretty upset, right? And it made me not want to help people anymore because I spent all this time helping people instead of focusing on myself. And then now that I needed my own stuff back, they wouldn't even be courteous enough to provide me with my own stuff back. I was really hurt. This has happened in work a lot, where I'll go out of my way to help carry someone else's workload. And when I need their help, because, hey, all of a sudden I ended up with all these unexpected things. And, hey, would you mind covering down on this meeting? Oh, no, I can't do that. Well, why not? I got this insert nonsense reason, right, where they're not telling the truth. And it gets to the point where it's like, why am I helping people, right? So I personally became jaded by this for a couple of years, right? And I got to the point where I didn't want to help people anymore because it was angering to me that I would go out of my way to help them, but they wouldn't be there for me. And it became about the principle of things, right? A couple years passed of that behavior, and I had a self-revelation, and I was like, I don't like behaving this way. I don't like being anti-supporting. So what did I do to address that particular situation, right? I started focusing on different mitigating strategies that I could do. For instance, on the money, right? I still loan to friends, but I loan in the context of gifts, right? Because I understand that if I loan that person money, I may or may not see that money again, right? And I keep into my mind that I should only give as much as I'm willing to give as a gift. I should only loan as much as I'm willing to give as a gift, right? And I use how I will help that person based off of if they make any effort. This mitigates the impact of me being taken advantage of as much, right? And it ensures that I have my own expectations managed. They don't pay me back, I don't loan them any more money, right? If they pay me back, then I continue to help them out when they need it up to a certain reason, kind of like a credit limit, so to speak, right? Similarly, in work, I try to remember my goal here is to be a team player. And if my focus is myself and not the team, I'm probably doing the team a disservice, right? So I try to remember and balance any offers to help or any declinations to help around the idea of how does this affect the team? Is this better for the team that I don't help, or is it better for the team that I do help? The final piece that I'm going to cover on this is enablement, right? The last thing you want to do is enable people, because when you enable people to make the same mistakes over and over again and have no responsibility for them, you're not helping them, and you're not helping any of the people that they're affecting through their behaviors, right? So it is okay to say, hey, I know that this individual is perpetuating these problems because I continue to enable them, and deciding I'm not going to enable them anymore. It is okay to put boundaries in place. Just try to make sure you don't let this end up getting affected, right? Because like I said with me, I started to become really resentful of the fact that I couldn't count on other people to help me when I was always helping them, right? Try to manage that feeling in yourself and ask yourself, like, why would a reasonable, rational, decent human being say or do this, right? Why would they not get me help? Why would they make up a fake excuse to not help me, right? And you'll find out it's pretty peaceful, I would say. I gained my peace back as soon as I allowed that frustration to go away, because I felt bad for not helping people, but I also felt bad that I was going to be taken advantage of if I helped. So I was in this lose-lose mindset that no matter what course of action I took, it felt like I was going to be a victim, right? And by shifting away from that way of thinking, it brought it into a win-win kind of situation for me, because everything was managed. I was knowingly taking certain actions, like knowingly risking losing $100 if they don't pay me back by this date, right? And it made a big difference for my mind and my mental health and my relationships with other people, both professional and personal. So I highly recommend everyone take this little lesson to heart. And please remember, if you are a good-hearted person who really does want to help people, still be a good-hearted person. Just make sure you establish your boundaries and manage your expectations so that you can have the greatest amount of impact for people and not end up throwing yourself under the bus to do it. Have a great day.